going to be able to play for an hour and a half? Are you guys all going to be able to play for the hour and a half?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, is anybody not going to be able to play for the hour and a half? No? Okay, then I guess we can go ahead get started then. So, let me go ahead and start this timer. Well, welcome you guys to the basics of Overwatch. This lobby is going to be at around an hour and a half. There's going to be a couple phases that we're going to be going into. The first phase is going to be a diagnostic phase. During this phase, I want you guys tryharding, treating this like a competitive match, a tournament, a scrim, pickup game, whatever the highest form of Overwatch you have played. That's kind of what I want to be seeing during this diagnostic phase. After the diagnostic phase is over, I'm going to go give you guys an analysis on the 4 things I'm going to be looking on. And the 4 things I'm going to be looking at is going to be team composition, positioning, ultimate usage, and communication. So I'll be giving an analysis over those 4 things and what I seen was good, what I seen was bad, stuff like that. And then after that, I'll determine, or if it's like kind of tied on those 2 things, I'll let you guys know, like, hey, both of these are bad, which one do you guys want to work on? And then after we decide what needs to be worked on, then we'll go into the coaching phase. During this phase, I want you guys to have the complete opposite mentality of the diagnostic phase. I don't care if we win, I don't care if we lose. The only thing I'm worried about is helping you guys get better at whatever we're working on. So for an example, if we're only working on ultimates, then I don't care what the team comp is, I don't care what the communication is, I don't care what the positioning is. All we're worried about is ultimate usage. So just kind of keep that in mind. And same thing goes for team comp, or same thing goes for communication. I don't care about anything else other than working on what needs to help you guys get better. All right, just kind of keep that mentality and stuff like that. All right, during the diagnostic phase as well, I will not be talking. I'll have my mic muted. If any of you guys happen to be from stream or anything like that, please mute the stream or leave the stream or something, just so you're not cheating or anything like that. Normally we'll play maybe 2 games. If we are on, usually it'll be about 2 games. It won't be any more than 2 though. Very rarely it's more than 2. IRS had a question. Should you be in sentry mode for Bastion most of the time? Feel it's kind of hard to do without being sleep dark, charge, or focus down. Well, no, you should be moving around. You gotta think of it as like a Widowmaker a little bit. And like letting your team be kind of quote unquote bait, and then you need to be at another angle to where they either go for your team or they go for you. Because if they go for you, then you're out of you're in another position to where they're just going to get destroyed by your team by the time they get to you. Or if they go for your team, they can just back up into your LOS and now they just get mowed down. So you want to make it a hard decision for anybody to really focus you and stuff like that. So yes and no. I would say yes during fights and stuff if you need to, but also make sure you're moving around a lot of times so where people's not able to pin you down. Say, oh, he's over here, let's immediately blindside go this way because you're here every single fight. Hopefully that answers your question there. Any other questions anybody has? If you want to talk or if you have a question or something, you don't have to type it out. So if you do have a question, we can. But if not,
Let's do it.
all right, let's go. Oops, this is the wrong button. Does it matter if you play Bastion or Attack? I prefer in these lobbies I don't run Bastion comps. So that is like the one composition I don't run in these, just because 1, it's quick play, 2, it's golds and under. So if we're anywhere trying, it's going to destroy them anyways. So I want to make it a little bit challenging by not going a Bastion pick. But no, it doesn't matter. Honestly, that's a good question, because it doesn't matter what you play on attack most of the time, because your spawn's literally right behind you. So if you come out on something and it's like, oh shit, they have a counter to this, or they're playing this way, or they're doing this, you can go right back into spawn and swap. It doesn't make a difference, and you can hard counter whatever they're running, because your spawn's literally right behind you. So it doesn't matter what you play on attack. But if you're just talking like specifically on like these lobbies and stuff like that, we don't run Bastion strategies on here. How far? This lobby literally just started, Chrome. Is there anything specific you guys are wanting me to play here? If not, I'll go ahead and pick based off of what you guys are going. Okay. Well, good luck to you guys. Talk to you guys after the match is over, and we'll go from there. All right.
Alright, sounds fun.
All right. So right out the gate, nobody's really talking. So I'm a little worried that nobody's really talking about anything, and they're just kind of like going into this. Nobody's really talking about any plans or anything like that. It's just kind of completely free.
I don't know if there's the best choice of the healers we have. Because Lucio can't do it all, and I completely guess, but it's really
Put your
targeted.
security in my hands.
I don't know. Can we get an air now?
Lucio, can you play Ana? I can. Yeah, I guess we see how it works. We see how it works.
Yeah, it does, like I said, it doesn't matter what we roll on attack. I wonder if we speed boost here. No, we don't. Okay, good.
Top left, there's one in the path.
Lifting off. Here it comes.
Right now, but we want to say.
Behind.
They're all out of position here.
Ryan Discord, target the Ryan.
Okay, so the communication isn't terrible so far.
Tracer?
Watch the
Oh, just behind us, to the left.
Smoke them out of there.
Jesus Christ. There we go. Are we gonna push in? What happened to our run?
Jump back up.
So we're still just trying to kill them, and we're not really going to point. So it's like by the time.
Zen discorded.
Fire in the hole.
So we're doing pretty good so far.
My shield over there. Zen discorded on point, Zen dead.
Ryan on mini room.
Hog discorded.
Don't waste my time.
Get this hog.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on objective B.
Lucio, can we get speed?
Nice. Junkrat main.
Lucio, why are you healing if we're not even... I guess whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Should I go with trans? What are we gonna do?
Think about the break.
I don't know.
Pop it.
Yeah, I'll go with guys. Push it.
Sit out. I won't leave.
Guys, push it. I'm
So
gonna
we're just waiting too long. We don't like that whole time we're talking about like putting it on speed and stuff. We never came out with a plan, so we literally had no idea what we were doing.
Let's go top right, guys. We got hit scan.
Is this a grab?
Then we swap to a McCree or a soldier. So we'll wait for them to kind of do something there.
Nobody
To
up top.
see.
Asher top.
Line her up.
Ryan, grab that.
Start.
So we just got that
Ryan, if
space
you
for
drop
free.
down, I'll drop them.
Ryan, drop out bubble.
Why would he drop with shouts? And then we stack both support ults. That's a yikes.
Focus on the more levels here.
Very scary to do that because we still have to fight them again.
Fire at will.
But nobody's on point. They're going to be able to come back and touch.
Ryan on point. Nice.
If this team was better, we would have
Where
lost. And now we just lost a lot of time because I'm just let's see how they Now they got 3 on.
I know charge.
They're not really calling any targets right now.
Nice. Get this. Focus right.
Now we don't have the support ult.
Nice. Just Anna.
So it took us another minute and a half there. So I'm really looking at communication's okay. Positioning's kind of bad. Why am I not Bob? Because I'm waiting for them to say something. Alright, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm letting them do it. They can carry. So, Like they're already there, so if they tell me to use an ult, I'll go ahead and use an ult. But if not, I'm not gonna use anything. I'm gonna try not to, unless I need the game going longer just so I can see some other stuff that's going on. All right, so we're gonna go into our second one, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys some analysis on what's going on there. So far, our team comp is okay. I don't know necessarily why we swapped to the soldier, but okay, fine. Positioning and engaging and knowing when to pull back and push in and stuff like that, that is way out of whack. We're taking way too long to do things, so that's an issue there when it comes to positioning. Communication is good. Who changed the lights to black again? Tracer, come on, man. What are you doing? We just out here. We just out here right now. We're trying to see. But anyways, we have that stuff going on. What else? Ultimates, they double stacked support ults, which is very, very bad. It's very scary to do that, especially if you're running a Lucio Zen. You already don't have a lot of healing, and if you stack both of them there because they weren't communicating what they're doing, that's a big issue.
To one character during this, or we can switch around.
Treat this like a competitive game, a scrim, a tournament, pick up whatever, however you would play in these situations.
Select your hero.
If this was an Overwatch League match, how would you play this or whatever? That's kind of the thing that I want to see here. So, is there anything specific you guys are wanting me to play here? If not, like I said, I'll...
Like a Sombra or a Hanzo, something like that.
Okay. I'll play some.
I was gonna say Doomfist.
Yeah, Doomfist or Sombra, probably. Those two sound good.
I'll go Sombra.
Everything can be hacked.
Hang in there.
And everyone.
Hang in there.
You know what? I'll go Doomfist. Because then they don't have the whole thing of, oh, he didn't call his hack.
I'll boost Redder on the stairs.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Can I not? I guess you gotta shoot that and then
Sorry, Discord.
God, Doom.
When you going around that side?
Can we focus Genji?
they're gonna do some calling targets and stuff.
Sorry, Discord is sorry low. Nice. Focus Genji.
Call. Hog blow. Get him.
You gotta say where he is. I don't know where I'm doing targeting. He's Discord.
Let's shoot point. Genji?
I gotta play the game
Genji, don't die.
with Sim. Nice.
Widow up.
I took way too long for me to do something.
I need healing.
Jump, push back.
1 point.
I'll go hook.
On point.
That's better.
He's on point.
Whoa! Could I not lock in there? I couldn't lock anything. One, I was trying to hit E. Alright. Oh, God.
Both their tanks. Both their tanks are low.
What's in?
Oh, can you back up a bit? I can't see you to heal.
Alright, so we got... Let's use one ult there. One to fight. Let's see how we do these other two ultimates.
Widow's going side, watch out. Someone get on point.
One, I got grabbed.
Fire its
Lucio's going on the back, he's gonna touch.
Best round.
Personne n'échappe à
Score.
Alright, so ultimates weren't necessarily too bad.
You guys want to go straight in or not?
You're making too much noise.
I think we should go on the right side.
Very well. You're making too much noise.
I mean, actually, no, we have speed. We have speed. Just go straight in. We have speed.
Yeah, I like going
Let's see.
straight
Let's see their positioning here. I want to see where we're going to hold, because well, you can kind of hold across and stuff, but
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Oh, let's go right here or left or right. Right, sorry.
Oh, we're gonna go right?
Yeah.
That's not.
Oh my god, go for point.
I fucked up.
Looks like you need a timeout.
Hog's corner. Hog's corner block.
Oh, Lucio.
Enemy Lucio. Enemy Lucio.
Anna?
Yeah, I need heals. Hog needs heals. Ah, I'm dead.
I'm securing you.
I'm gonna go Winston.
Is there anything we can get off from there?
What was that duel for?
Oh!
Here, let's group up.
That's better.
Hey, group up. Back up.
Hi there. Form up.
So our team comp now is a little bit dive and a little bit not.
I need some heals.
First are behind.
Let's go up. Med right here.
Okay, now we're just kind of sitting here not doing anything. So our positioning, I think it is our positioning. They don't know. They don't know when to go
More
in.
healing.
I just kind of died by that, so I could reset. I figured I was gonna die, but I was gonna die by pulse pull. So I don't get any other upcharge.
Not done.
So we've only had like maybe 2 engages.
Big.
So we've just been staggering in. We have not even really did a fight. Like our positioning, we're just kind of always going in, not really doing anything. And this is kind of like, it's kind of not the same issue that was happening on Hanamura, but it was something that was like, now we use both support ults again. And now we're not gonna have it for the Sigma ult.
Lose the battle.
I need help.
Win the war.
Oh, now everything's yellow.
Here, let's go back.
Break is low. First on point.
Reach your half. 50 like that time.
Reaper up top. On top of point.
Off the group. You see he wants it like that, I can tell.
Yeah. Like using both support ults like that, we don't have anything for next fights. So I'm really looking at the support ult
Defeat
line.
makes me stronger.
not even our supports, more so like ultimate usage.
Meteor strike.
Round 2 lost.
You gotta focus that Tracer or Lucio and
1-1.
Maybe. Oh, we already had a Winston. Never mind. I don't know what we can do then.
So let's see how.
This is all Greek to me.
Maybe like an Echo or Fair would be good here. Make them have to switch their comp a little bit.
Still think we need a bit more healing.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I will protect the innocent.
I don't think we
Can you
need
play
that.
anybody else plays
5,
that?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I think this is good now. We have two good healers.
Now we have two. Now we have two flex supports. I'm just really late today.
We aren't really
Yeah,
gonna get
but-
that much heal.
Yeah, that Lucio's fine. Nice job.
Activating the barrier.
They also have a diva.
Tracer behind us. Tracer behind us.
Anna no sleep.
I got Diva and Tracer on me.
We're doing good on communication.
They're behind on the side room.
Team comps aren't the best. It's not their strong suit. So I'm gonna go over the support line to make sure people know what a main support is and what a flex support is. Same thing with our tank line.
don't drop down and touch it though. There's no thing. Yeah, we have no healer. I can't even see you. Guys, why are we that far up? We had no healers.
My will made real.
The Reaper's left side. Right
Don't even
side.
My
push me.
team needs me.
Reaper's left side behind.
Get into position.
So now we have.
Dude, that hog is trash. He's missing all this stuff.
Look at that Reaper. He's in the middle of our.
I will not fail again.
What is that melody?
I got two.
Barrier in place.
Clearing the area. This.
Dude, I'm doing everything I can.
They're not organizing to kill one person. Get this Reaper. Get this Reaper. Reaper.
That's true. We're not really focusing down on targets.
My team
I
needs
got
me.
Reaper. Diva on me.
Like I said, their communication isn't terrible.
Big Nano Tracer.
Wait,
At this point, it's kind of like, well,
My sight.
we've lost
Kind of
this
someone else.
due to ultimates and positioning.
I'll nano here.
Tracer behind the left side.
Good, I was right there.
Tried to get on the phone.
Ooh, unlucky. So, alright, let's go over. Alright, so let's go over what was good and what was bad. Alright, so, start off with the good stuff. So, first off, Danny, you guys have any questions about anything or anything like that?
No.
Alright, cool. So let's go over the good stuff. Like I said, like I was talking in chat and stuff, like I think you guys' communication was pretty good. Overall you guys had pretty decent communication. When you guys was losing, comms kind of got really quiet. When you guys are winning, comms was pretty steady and consistent. And that's going to be a big issue. Even though if you're losing and you're down a couple or something, you still have to keep the communication steady, and stuff like that to keep to be able to think and stuff so your team can focus. If comms start getting quiet, everybody starts getting quiet, nobody's doing anything, and then you just end up losing a lot worse than you would have. But if everybody's communicating and you guys are all thinking and trying to do stuff, then things will usually at least be a little better. And then if you do lose, it's like, well, it was a decent loss. We played 100%. At that point, you guys was all kind of giving up there on those points when you guys was kind of losing a little bit of the comms and stuff like that. But like I said, overall, you guys' comms are pretty decent. I don't think you guys need to work on your communication and stuff like that. You guys are calling information out from what stuff that you've seen and targets to focus sometimes. So really good job on those things. It just needs to be more consistent. That's the only issue there. Next thing, because all these next two are kind of tied, and the last one is definitely way worse. But we'll just talk about. Let's talk about team comp, because I did want to ask you guys some stuff about team composition things, just to kind of see if you guys know what they are, and why they are that. So, I'm going to start with our support line first, and then I'll ask our tanks and stuff as well. So support line, so this is just going to be for them, so they can either type it in group chat, or they can say it, or whatever. So what... I need you guys to tell me what is a main support, or just list all the main supports in the game. Just tell me the main supports in the game.
So you got what? Moira, Mercy, and Anna?
Alright, you're wrong. Go ahead, Light. Tell me.
Lucio. It's Lucio. I know it's Lucio. Lucio. I know it's Lucio for a fact. I don't know what the rest are. I'm probably wrong with that even.
Well, you're close.
Lucio's one, right?
Yeah, Lucio's one.
Like, Lucio, Bab, Moira.
Nope, you're wrong. Okay, so you was close. You was closer. So your main supports.
Well, first, what do you mean by main support? So just so I know exactly what you're talking
A
about.
main support is what's going to define how your team comp's going to play, like the play style, ideally. So then this is, and I'll explain it when I name the main supports, and you'll understand, like, oh, this is why it's a main support. So your main supports define how things are going to be played. Like Lucio, for example, right? Lucio's a main support. If you have a Lucio on your team, what are you doing with Lucio? Well, you're usually probably speeding around, right? That's what Lucio's for. So the other two supports, the main supports are going to be Mercy and Brig. So Mercy, you're going to be playing a lot slower, either spread out, and you're playing for res, damage boost, stuff like that. That's kind of how you're going to be playing the Mercy. If you're playing a Mercy comp, you're not going to be playing a Mercy comp for to brawl or anything like that. You're going to be playing for the res. You're going to be playing a little slower and stuff for that effect. Now with Brig's a main support as well. She's going to be wanting to brawl and get value that way. So that's how you're going to get value from her. So that's going to define your team comp a little bit as well. So if you're running a Brig, you want to be brawling, you want to be getting close to the team and stuff like that, having fights going a little longer and everything, because Brig's just going to keep getting stronger the longer the fight's going on, right? So this is how you kind of define your main support line. Your flex supports are just going to be flexing in and out, and you can run low output healing. Like when we was running the Zen Lucio, that's a main and a flex support, and it was working pretty well because we have the speed boost and we also have the Discord. The only thing that can destroy running a Zen and Lucio is literally the Zen and Lucio. If you use both support ults at the same time, you 99% of the time probably going to lose against a team who's smart, because all they do is literally just zone that out and just wait for that to go away, and then now you literally have no healing, no thing to keep you going over the top, nothing. So then you're just kind of stuck there. But that's kind of the only thing that can destroy that. Same thing if you're running Zen Mercy. It is a low output of healing and stuff like that, but if you play it right, it can work. Because there's a lot of damage coming out, because you have the damage boost from the Mercy, then you also have the 25%, well 30%, but maybe 25 in a little bit, from the Discord and stuff like that. So you have a lot of damage coming out there. So this is what defines your main and flex supports and stuff like that. Do you guys have any questions on that, or?
So when you're doing that, just so I know, so with the Lucio, Zen works pretty good.
It
what
can.
Would be the best flex? What's the best flex support to go with Mercy, and then what's the best to go with Brig?
It depends on what your other team is, or what your other team comp is. Because you can play Mercy with a lot of stuff, but you probably don't want to play Mercy with a Rein unless you're running like an Ashe or an Echo or a Widow, something to where she can fly to. And there are going to be gray areas where you can run a Brig Lucio or a Zen Ana or Zen Baptiste. There are areas where you can run that, and team comps that work with that. I'm not saying you can't do this all the time, but you can, and it can work. But there's different play styles and stuff like that. But generally speaking, you're going to be running things like that. But yeah, depending, that's why it's called a flex support. because you flex around what you're wanting to do. So if you want the extra damage, you probably go Zen. If you want something long range heals and anti-nade sleep stuff like, you go for the Ana. If Ana's dying too fast and she can't do it, then go Baptiste or go Moira. You flex around whatever your main line support is. So it just depends on what your heroes are, what your team comp is, and what the enemy's running on you. So does that explain that a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Any other questions?
I got a question more. Someone said like, can we get a better healer? And I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Whoever asked that, can anybody give another explanation on what do you mean by better healer? Because I mean, if somebody's saying better healer as in more heals, you can have more heals, but it's the same thing as when people say, oh, we need more damage. Well, if we need more damage, we could just go Bastion literally every fight, and then Bastion would be in every pro game, right? Because Bastion puts out the most DPS. But it's not about the amount of damage. It's not about the amount of healing you have. It's about the utility that they bring in the playstyle. So it's about the main support that you have and the flex support. What is your playstyle and stuff like that going off of? And because we had a Moira Ana, those are two flex supports. They definitely don't get played together usually because they both output a lot of healing, which means none of them are going to build ult charge super fast. And we also don't really have anything. We don't really have any defined way of playing. Like, yeah, we can maybe play for anti-nades if somebody's getting a lot of value and we need an anti-nade. Yeah, we can maybe change our playstyle for that. But then why wouldn't we just run a Lucio instead of a Moira to speed our Ana around and speed the rest of the team comp up? Or run a Mercy so that we could pocket somebody else, play for Reg, all that type of stuff. Once you use sleep, pretty much off cooldown unless they have targets that are diving for you, then use them when you get dove. Or save them for when you get dove, but if they don't have anything to dive you, just use them off cooldown usually. But yeah, it's really going to depend on that situation, on those things. All right, so when it comes to a better support line, it doesn't matter about how much healing or how much damage or how much shield you have. That's not what defines any of those roles. It's all going to be utility that they're going to be bringing. All right, okay. Any last? I have time for like one more question. If anybody has one last question before I got to get through the rest of the analysis. The questions. Okay, so when should you use nade defensively? Well, if you can't open with nade, I would use it aggressively almost every single time. And it really depends. Like I said, if they have people that's diving you a lot of the times, and your other support is doing other things and they're not always there to follow up, and you really got to play on how the team's playing against you. So I would always go for the offensive plays first, and then if you're on attack, go for the offensive plays first, see how they're playing, and then if they're not playing, if you don't get punished for it, then keep doing it. If you do start getting punished for it, or they start trying to catch up on it, then okay, you probably need to chill the fuck out and play a little more defensively. But yeah, if you can go for nades right at the beginning, yeah, go for nades offensively almost all the time. Because even if you hit them, they're not getting killed no matter what. It doesn't make a difference. If you hit your team, yeah, okay, you can get more heals from them, or you can heal them more. But if they throw an anti-nade on you, it doesn't make a difference how much healing they was going to get. So if you can, try to always open up with the anti-nade, because that can open up a lot of stuff for your team. If not, you use it pretty much off cooldown as well. You're using pretty much everything in Overwatch off cooldown whenever you're close to getting ready in a fight. Or if you're low HP, you literally use that shit on yourself. Don't try to... I see so many Ana players that will be down to like 70 HP, and I'm like, why the fuck have you not thrown nade? It's been 20 seconds. You would have had 3 nades by this time. Like, throw the nade on yourself. Heal yourself. So don't worry about like trying to heal your teammates and stuff with the nade if you're low HP, because if you die, it don't make a difference how low HP they are, because they're dead too. So keep yourself alive at first. That's a big tip when it comes to support stuff. All right, so let's go over the rest of the stuff. So we talked about communication. You guys are pretty good at communication. Talked about team comp. Oh yeah, that's what I need to go into. So tank line. I do want to ask you this as well, because I wanted to see where you guys stood on this, because we had a very variety of team comps. We ran Zarya, Winston, and Sigma, and then we also ran Winston, Ball, and Hog. So I'm kind of And I think we only ran the ball to get back to point, maybe, or something like that. But I just want to ask real quick, while we got the time, tank line. This is only for our tanks, so Blank and Kuba. Can you name all of the main tanks in the game?
I'm pretty sure it's Reinhardt, Sigma, sometimes Ball if you play him right, and then not a Risa.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop you there. And then Kuba, go ahead.
Reinhardt, Sigma, also what he said, Ball if you play him right, Winston.
Okay, so no, y'all are wrong. Okay, so the main tanks are Rhino, Orisa, Winston, Ball. Those are your main tanks. Your flex tanks are going to be all the other ones. So how and main tanks and main supports are kind of defined the same way, other than like obviously your main supports aren't going to create space and stuff like that, but your main tanks are going to be creating space and demanding resources to open up space for your DPS and stuff like that. Now with the Sigma changes and everything, if they increase his shield or increase the cooldown or decrease the cooldown and stuff on, he might be a main tank. But 99% of the time, you're usually never going to see a Sigma being played with another off tank unless the enemy team's running it for some reason or something like that. And you can run double off tank. Same thing as like Hog. He can be a main tank if you're running a Hog Zarya, then Hog is the main tank. But he is not necessarily defined as a main tank. He is usually going to be defined as a flex tank. So your main tanks are going to be defining how your team comp is going to be playing overall, and will determine how the space is going to be created. So like Reinhardt, you're going to put your shield for it, and then you're just going to walk for it to take space with the shield, and then be there to brawl and stuff like that. So he's going to be the main thing when it comes to brawling compositions. Then your Orisa is going to be your main tank when it comes to spam compositions. Anytime you're spamming and stuff down, so you're going to be holding an area, spamming down through a certain area because Orisa can just shoot for days. That's kind of what's going to define a lot of the spam compositions. If you're running an Orisa if you're running an Orisa as a main tank. And then Winston and Wrecking Ball, they kind of play a little similar, but they are different in their own ways. Winston can shield off the enemy supports and zone them out to get make their front line not get any healing, and also demand resources put into him, which will, if resources are being put into your Winston, that will open up your front line to where they can get permanent damage or put more pressure on their front line because their back line is getting attacked and they have to put resources in to our Winston, which means there's not enough resources to put into the other people in the front. So there's that aspect. And same thing kind of goes with Wrecking Ball, except he's not going to have shield, but Wrecking Ball is going to be more for disrupting and getting resources dumped into him as well. So the more resources dumped into Ball and wasted on Ball, that's going to be more things that your team can do to kind of play aggressive on those things, because they just use all these cooldowns, all this stuff, and they're not able to do anything. So that means your front line is going to be super easy to push into it. Because they don't have anything else. They don't have any stuns or anything like that, because they just try to use it on Ball and Ball's still alive. So that's kind of like the role defining a little bit of basics on stuff like that. Should you use the same sense for all FPS games, or can it vary? It literally depends on you. So if you can hit your shots, it doesn't matter. So next thing, like I said, y'all's team comps was okay, but I was just kind of curious on the healing comps and some of the tank composition and stuff like that, just to ask. So and obviously all this stuff is going to be a gray area. It's not going to be always black and white, so you have to take on what buffs and nerfs are coming in, what heroes work good on these maps, what the enemy team is playing is going to be a big key factor on what you play as well. So don't ever say, oh, we got to run main blah 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 because of this. Yeah, but if they're working really well with this other composition, you probably just need to copy the same composition and run the same shit too. So just keep that in mind when it comes to defining things. But a lot of times starting out with something a little standard, main and a flex, will help out a lot. And then it at least kind of gives you a little bit of groundwork to flex some stuff around. And that's why they're called flex support, flex tank, because they're the ones who's usually going to flex to counter or cover these missing pieces. So keep that in mind. All right, so now let's go over you guys' y'all's ultimate usage. Y'all's ultimate usage was not terrible, but it's not necessarily the best thing either. So the big thing I do want to go on this, and it's not necessarily everybody was having a bad time on ultimates. It's really going, and I really want to focus down on the support line here too. When we was running the Zen Lucio, like I said, the only thing that can really stop a Zen Lucio that's working is literally a Zen Lucio that stops working. So like, if you guys combo your ultimates together, y'all, the rest of the time, y'all are fucked. Y'all ain't doing shit because you just use both support ults. That's going to kind of keep you alive through a lot of the fights, back like literally at the same time. So that's what kind of lost us some of the fights there. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Like some of the games you still won, but it's still something that you gotta take in consideration. If you're going to run that, you have to make sure you're communicating with the other support, or at least you say, hey, I'm going to use my ult first, or I'm going to use my ult for this or something like that. Because if you end up using both of them at the same time, you guys are dead. Arrowwave, what are you doing? I want to join. Do you still have a Discord? Yes, I still have Discord. It's back up and stuff like that. I'll be doing pugs after this lobby, I believe. So after this lobby, if you want to do pugs and stuff, we'll be doing that. So next thing is going to be the stuff that you guys was like shit on. Like it was bad a lot of the time. Is you guys positioning. So one, positioning is not just necessarily where you start out. It's also breaks down into engaging and disengaging, which that was really bad. So one thing I do want to ask a little bit, and I want to ask this for our tanks, because normally our tank line is going to be the one who's going to initiate where we hold up, right? Everybody kind of got to follow the tank. So if the tank has bad positioning, then obviously our supports are going to have bad positioning, our DPS may have bad position, stuff like that. So it flows through the river, starting out with the tank line. So tank line, let me ask you guys real quick. Where do you guys, after you cap an objective, like on King of the Hill, since we was playing on the King of the Hill, where do you usually hold, do you hold on the objective? Do you want to hold in front of the objective, behind the objective? Where do you want to hold at? And normally, where do you guys hold? Because no, not ideally.
I don't know. Honestly, I would just hold like the what do you call it? Like the
say choke.
I heard the fucking thing where they go through to get to the point. Yeah, the choke. Shit,
yes.
I can remember.
Okay. And then what about you, Blank? Where would you normally want to hold after you cap an objective and stuff? Huh?
Depends on the map, but most of the time on choke or on OBJ.
Okay, so what do you mean most of the time? Because there's only like one or two maps where you're going to hold on the objective. So what do you mean like most of the time? Like you'd want to hold on the objective? That's where you normally hold on the objective? And
hold on.
Huh?
I normally hold on choke.
Okay, so why would you hold on the objective? Because you said objective 2.
In case of like flankers or anything like that, so I can see better. With English is very hard.
You're fine. So for scouting purposes, I'm gonna summarize it that way. So why would you hold in the choke then? Let me ask you that.
Mostly better position to hold if you know they're gonna be just pushing you straight up front, or it's harder for them to break off.
Okay, so now let's break down what you said. So you said to hold on the objective, right? So you could see flankers and stuff like that. But then you also said you hold choke so that they can't break off, right? And go to flank you. So then, isn't that counterintuitive of what you're wanting to do? So shouldn't you always try to hold a choke so that you know where they're coming from? Because ideally, as a tank and stuff, you're the front line, you're going to be holding everywhere. If you're holding an objective a lot of times, you're giving them avenues to go left, right, top, bottom, whatever. You don't know where they're coming from. So as soon as you start holding on the objective, you're letting everybody come in every different direction. So you got to make sure you're not, like, you always want to hold the hold chokes. Even on payload maps, you don't hold on the payload either. you want to be fighting off of the payload. Unless you're on defense, then obviously you want to try to fight on the payload to stop the payload from moving. But if you're on attack, you don't want to fight on the payload. You want to be fighting up in the choke in front of the payload as much as possible, so you don't take fights on cart while the cart's moving. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to positioning and stuff like that. But like I said, we're going to work on positioning here. Excuse me. So we have 2 team comps, but we're going to work with one just to kind of make it a little easier there. And also when it comes to positioning, one thing I do want to mention and highlight is on Hanamura, where they was out of position. The enemy team was out of position. We killed a couple, but it just took so long for us to move to point. We didn't even rotate to point. By the time we started rotating to point, they had like 2 or 3 people back to point A before we went to point. Like, that should be something like, once we get a couple kills, somebody should be capping. Somebody should already start putting pressure on the objective so we can start rotating to the point. That needs to be like number 1 as soon as you start getting some kills. So keep that in mind. Next thing is going to be when we're fighting for so long a lot of the times, and we're not getting full resets in. So when you're resetting, it is not like you go to reset and you still shoot the enemy. Resetting is like you die or come back and you're waiting and spawn. That is what a reset is, because now you're not taking any damage. You can still do damage, and everybody's literally in spawn waiting to come out, and then you come out all at once. A lot of times if you're not resetting and you're just kind of sitting there and doing something, as soon as you're ready to go in, you die. And this is kind of what happened on Hanamura, when we was like, all right, do you guys want me to push with Trance? As soon as you said that, you die. It took us like 5, 6, 7 seconds for us to do something. As soon as we come up with a plan, we're dead. So we can just wait until we have something from there. So it's just going to be one of those things you want to kind of keep an eye out for and kind of make things speedy. All right, so I'll answer this one last question, and then I'll explain how we're going to work on positioning. All right, so who should stay on payload? Would it always be someone in the support role? Not necessarily. It depends on the map, and also depends on what the comp is too. So for instance, I'll give you an example of what happened in one of my games. So we was playing on Dorado. We got first point, and we're attacking, and we had a Zen, and I think I was playing Mercy, or I think I might have been playing Ana, but I think I was playing Mercy I was playing Brig. So he's playing Zen Brig. And our Zen was like, hey, I'll stay on point. I'm like, and our ball was like, no, I'll stay on point. You need to take high ground with the Brig. So that is something to where you gotta kind of understand what's going on. So if Zen gets dove with our team comp, we can't help him. Okay, he'll die. So ball can sustain himself. Zen is going to benefit from high ground. So we move the Zen to high ground, and then we put the ball on point and have the ball move the payload. So it all kind of depends on what the map is, what the point of the map is too. Because if there's not any high ground to take advantage of, then yeah, probably Zen might be able to stay on point, or ball could stay on point or something like that. And also depends on who has ult charge. If I'm at 100 on ult and I'm playing Zen and our Ana's at like 20 on ult, I'm gonna probably push up with the team and have the Ana play for it first, or play on point first, and then I'll use Trance. When I get done with Trance, I'll probably pull back a Zen and let the Ana push so she can build her ult, and then we push with that ult next, and so on and so forth. So it just kind of depends on what's going on. All right, so what we're going to play here, we're going to play a very specific composition. We're going to be playing a brawl composition. This will help with a little bit of engaging and disengaging, and it'll punish us for poking, because we cannot poke. A lot of times in Overwatch, everybody always kind of assumes that you should be doing something constantly every single second. There's a lot of times where you need to wait for your team and then just go on all at once. So this will kind of help focus that fire down and focus focus on focusing on going in. So for our team composition, we're going to be running Brig, Lucio, May McCree, and then we're going to run Ryan Zarya. So this is what we're going to run for pretty much the whole duration of the rest of this. We may play the other composition, the rush composition, but for right now, we're just going to stick with this to kind of show you guys how positioning, engages need to be held, pathing, and stuff like that. So I don't care what you guys are wanting to play. You guys can pick between whatever you guys want, but that's what we're going to be playing here. How this is going to work is I'll tell you guys where we're going to be holding up at, and we'll hold there. When I say 3, 2, 1, we need to engage. That means Lucio, whoever's playing our Lucio, will be amping speed. will be going in. That's where we're going to be using all our stuns, using bubbles, using shield bat, everything. That's what we're doing. The only thing we're not going to use is Rhine charge. Rhine, you do not charge anytime we're engaging. And that's like 99% of the time anyways. You just want to be walking for it with your shield and or just swinging your hammer if they're close enough. So keep that in mind. Whenever we're resetting, I'll tell you guys when to reset or something. If I say we need to keep engaging, y'all can use ults whenever you want. You can use, you can communicate whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Team composition's obviously going to stay the same, but that's just kind of how this positioning thing is going to work. Does anybody have any questions and stuff like that? No? Okay, so what I want, well...
Actually, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Wait, actually, you could start it, but, we could switch to, like something faster if we, have to, like, touch point, right?
No, because I'm worried not worried about winning. All we're worried about is positioning. Yeah, so, yeah. So one thing I want from our support line, I want you to know when I'm calling engages, and I want you to ask yourself why I'm calling this engage. Why am I saying this? Because you will need to coordinate the engages with your team, especially since we're running a Lucio and stuff. You need to know when we're calling this stuff, because you need to be able to call this as well. Reinhardt, Zarya, our tank line, you need to know where we're holding up at and know why we're holding these areas, because you need to be able to coordinate your team and know where to path and all this stuff. So if you don't know why we're doing any of these things, please go ahead and ask. All right?
Prepare your defenses.
IRS, what are you wanting to play? May or McCree?
Can I play Zarya? Okay.
So in this team comp, and we're on defense, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be holding extremely close. Since we have a lot of stuff to kind of brawl and everything, we don't have anything long range. So this map is a long range map, but we're not running anything long range, so we have to play to our advantages. So this is something important you need to understand when it comes to playing in comp and stuff. You need to know how to play to your advantages. So we need a crouch, and we're gonna go. Well, they'll probably be able to see us, but we're gonna hold bottom left over here. Where your McCree's at.
You want me in speed mode or heal mode?
When we're moving,
Just
speed.
whenever it feels like if we need heals, you switch. We need speed.
Then that's funny. All right, let's go. Push. Go, push him. Right, just swing. Speed and go. Okay, now we need to back up.
Any kills?
Pull back to the corner. Go back to the corner. Okay, are we ready to go? No, we just used amp, so we don't have that. We need to go to point. Go. So it's very crucial that you don't use amp when we don't need to. We need to die on the point if we're gonna die. Push for it. Speed, we're pushing, push, speed, Lucio, speed. Anytime we're moving, you need to have it on speed. There's no need to have it on hill when you just gave us 7,000 shield. Alright, so we need to play a little slow. We need to still die on cart, so just play around the cart. We still have ultimates and stuff, so if you guys want to use ults, feel free to use ultimates. But right now we're down 3, so just die on the payload. Do not, if you can get out, go ahead, get out, but we're going to reset. We're going to go ahead and reset, pull back.
Grab your...
May stay alive as long as possible and just, yep, cool. Alright, pull back, we ain't ready to engage yet.
We have 4 ults here.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Add Blizzard, maybe.
So Lucio, yeah, go ahead, speed back. Anytime, yeah, it's over.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm back.
Alright. You guys ready? Let's 3, 2, 1, go.
Into the iris.
Alright. We need to die on the payload. Die on the payload. So you need to wait until we're ready to call for the engage, because you're using amp way too early. Or you're using it when we don't need it. If you use it too early, we don't have it to push in. So let's go ahead, get out and reset. We're not oh yeah, we'll be able to touch. We'll be able to touch. Go, 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 go. Amp in, go, go, go. Can we touch? Do we have amp? Okay, never mind. That's it. Did we not have amp speed there? I don't know if Morn can hear me now.
Back into the mix.
Right, so yeah, we just need to get out, or die on payload. Whatever you need to do, get out or die on payload. We need to get out. This fight is over. Okay, get out.
Zen's one.
That's fine. We need to get out. We're not fighting right now.
Alright, back up. What are you doing?
There's literally no reason to fight right now. We're giving them free ult charge. And we're using abilities and cooldowns and stuff like that. We're just waiting on everybody else. Hey, you guys ready to go? Let's start walking for it. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. This is still winnable. Nope, not anymore. Let's just die on the payload. Die on the payload.
Take more than that.
What time do we have scrims? After this lobby, so 33 minutes and 59 seconds. Alright, so we need to go ahead and pull. Is everybody here? Is our Ryan here? No, our Ryan's not here. Alright, so we're going to pull back. And it's pickup games, not scrims. Alright, we get ready. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.
I'm not gonna
Push for it, push for it, push for it, push for it, push for it. Kill these other two. Do not let them get out for free. Where's the signal? Where's the signal? Keep going.
Stagger this.
Just kill them, kill them, kill them. They're already coming back for spawn. Alright. Alright, we need to keep fighting here. I'm not going to tell you guys when to use ultimates. You guys use ultimates whenever you feel like you need to. Like I said, this is winnable, so stay on cart. We need to push. We need to push. We need to push. Push in, push in.
Nice.
Alright, let's pull back a little bit. Our main tank's down.
You have no tanks.
Just die on payload. Die on payload. Play slow, play slow, play slow. Alright, let's go ahead and get out. Yeah, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Alright, May, you're way by yourself. You need to be playing with your team. Pull back. We're down 2. Pull back, pull back. Give them the space, give them the space. Pull back. Just back up.
Ryan.
Everybody hit S, please. Jesus Christ. Just back up. Go to spawn. We're not even, we don't even have full health right now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, you guys ready? Alright, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.
I'm gonna grab.
Okay.
How many ults did we use?
Just one?
3? Not 3.
2.
Oh yeah, we used rally, I think, didn't we?
Did we wait? Did we speed?
No, we didn't use V. We just used rally and crap. Alright. Play slow, play slow, play slow. Go, 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 go. Go, no, no. Die on the payload, die on the payload. If we're gonna die on payload. Stay alive as long as possible. Just stay on the payload. There you go. Good job, good job. All you're doing is stalling out as long as possible. Alright. We're not going out yet. We're not ready.
Why are you using speed?
Because we're moving. What do we need heals for?
Hanging there.
Alright, let's go.
Go now,
3,
go
2, 1, go, 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 go. Push, 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 push. No, it's 6 CST, not EST. Alright, so in this situation, you don't want to push too far forward because the payload's so close. So we just amped heal, so now we're gonna have to wait 15 seconds before we push in. That's why I said you cannot amp until we're ready to push in. And we can't poke either. We just need to sit around the corner. Sit behind the corner. See where your McCree's at? I'm not poking. Just literally wait. Lucy, you're gonna die. Push, 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 push.
Focus DP up.
Just play around cart. So 12 hours ago? No. 6 p.m. CST, which is not for another hour almost.
Defeat.
I don't think you know your time, Ender. Okay, so like I said, our team comp is not a poke comp. So like at that third point there, no, don't amp heals when we're just not really taking any damage, especially if we're about to push back in. If they're dead and we're just sitting there waiting, fine, you can probably go ahead and do that at the end of the fight. But break and heal, your normal heal is going to be fine. We're not really needing the amp heals. It's not going to do anything. It's going to be more beneficial for us to speed in or speed out or go get a health pack and get that Brig value. Brig's only going to get value if she's brawling. If it takes forever for us for that Brig to get close to do anything, then we're not going to be able to, we're not going to get as much value as we need to. So you got to keep that in mind. And like I said, when we're sitting and waiting, all we're doing is literally waiting for them to come around the corner, and then we're going to push back in. So every single time we're waiting for them to do something, and then we push back in. Every time. That's all we're doing on defense. We don't necessarily need to path a certain way because they're going to be they're going to have to walk through us anyways. So keep that in mind. They have to walk through a certain path with the payload every single time. All right. All right. So any questions or anything like that?
I don't know. Can I switch role?
If somebody wants to switch you.
What are you playing, tank? I'll play tank. I'll play tank. Wait, what do you want to play though? Are you fine with playing healer?
Okay, so Ender was asking in chat. I'm gonna call out Ender. Ender was asking in chat when pugs are going, right? And I said, oh, pugs are gonna be happening at 6 p.m. CST. And for me, it's 5 o'clock almost. So I said about an hour whenever this lobby is going to be pretty much over and stuff. They said, oh, so 12 hours ago, right? I'm like, what? And he said, Google fucked me up. No, that's not Google's fault. You need to learn your time zones. All right, let's go. Good. Yeah, I'm like,
CST, not CST.
No, it's CST, Central Standard. But it's 6 p.m., so I don't know where I have no idea where Ender got 12 hours ago.
It's 5:55 for you, correct?
4:50.
Chinese Standard Time?
It's 4:50. Central Standard is 4:20 or 4:50 right now.
420.
4:20 Blaze.
Yep.
But your Venmo me $20 if you teach me to be a gold Genji. Ain't you a gold Genji already? Wasn't you gold
What's the
already?
tank comp again? I remember. I wasn't tank last time.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
You give me $40 to make you a plat Genji? Probably not. Oh, you know what I need to do? I needed to change something real quick. So.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
And there goes the lights.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay. I don't know if that goes over. I don't know if it's supposed to go over stream, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. But I'll have to see where that sound comes from, so I can route it correctly. Okay, so I'll coordinate where this stuff is going again, and then toward the end, you guys will do this. All right, so we're gonna wait at this choke with this little yellow, with these yellow things here, and then I'll call the engage.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I'll call it when they're coming.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Keep pushing, keep pushing.
We're up. We're down. We're up. We're down.
Good for you, man.
Alright, so let's pull back. And we're gonna give them 2 ticks.
I've got unfinished
We don't go in yet.
business.
We can get close, but we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go in. We're not gonna go in yet. Not yet. Don't poke. Don't poke. Zara, you're gonna die. Go, 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 go. Zara, okay, so.
No, I realized that after I was there. I'm like, I can't walk back.
Yeah, like that's what threw the push off, because I'm like watching you and I'm like, you're going to die and I can't.
I was waiting. I thought you meant don't go.
You don't go. You're literally like where our tank was at. That's where you hold, because you don't want to take damage and you want to go in at 99%. That's why I said wait.
They were like not going to the objective, not like the. I think.
They're being about like an hour. All right, so let's pull back some. Waiting on our Rhine. If our Rhine dies and we don't have our Rhine, we're just going to be pulling back until we catch up with our Rhine. Then we can push in with our Rhine a little bit. All right, so let's keep walking for it. Keep going.
Yeah, everybody.
Close space. Go. Walk for it. Rhine. Look, we need to close the space. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go.
Bear and Diva both behind.
This will heal you.
This is still fight. We can still fight this.
It's time.
Nerf this. Justice reigns from above.
Hold up.
Just die on the point. Take for an hour. It's CST. This is time is very weird, because normally I go live around 5:30 p.m. Well, we're just playing back until we get everybody in, so we don't need to push in here. All right, just zone that out. We don't need to poke it. Just literally wait. Okay, never mind.
Behind his shield.
Well, we gotta go on point. Nope. Just die on point. Die on point. Just go to point. This fight's pretty much lost. Like I said, literally just sit and wait. Like, we don't have to go out until everybody's back from spawn. That's what's killing us. You literally have to sit and wait. That's all. Everybody has ults. If you have your ult, there's no need to poke. Alright, so now we're just gonna try to see if we can reset. So let's pull back, pull back, pull back.
Okay.
Hold the corner where your McCree's at.
There they are.
Alright. We'll let him get a little closer. Okay, so we're gonna wait on bubble, and then we're gonna get ready to push in. Are you ready?
Ryan's running.
So already have it? 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.
So Ryan's is wrong. Don't let Mercy rest. Don't let Mercy rest.
Keep fighting.
It's time.
Keep pushing this. Alright, now pull back. Now we get to hold close. So we're just gonna hold where your McCree's at on payload right here. Because we don't want to give them too much space to where we don't know where they're coming from. So, Lucy, you should be on heals right now, healing everybody. We're not moving.
It's gonna make you feel better.
Yep.
Justice.
Alright, push. Push in.
I was stuck in the wall.
Alright, we need to die on the payload. I'll be on different count because I'm 11 minutes. That's fine. I don't know if you guys can hear the overlay of when people tip and stuff
Back into the
or sub or anything. It's supposed to go through, so I'm gonna have to figure out where it's going. Yeah, we pull back. You don't push. If we don't have all 6 people, you don't need to be fighting.
Top left.
They're all going top left, so let's pull back. Alright, go point. Go. Push on point. Let's pull back. He's behind us.
Why are both our healers so far away from us?
We need to go to the point. We need to go to the objective. Oh, that was a good stun. Yeah, cool, nice. Play slow. You don't need to engage or anything like that. You just need to defend the space where we're at right now. Because we're down a couple people. We just need to kind of hold our ground at this point. Alright, we're almost all here. So as soon as we're all here, we're going to go in. So, Lucio, are you ready?
We're all here.
Lucio, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Keep pushing in, kill the last people. Don't let them get out alive. Anybody else? Alright, let's get out. Lucio, you should be heading back to spawn. Get Orion. What elo are the games? I have no idea. Depends who's joining. Alright, so we're gonna hold the little area where we're at here. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Push us.
When we win.
Line is still. Reaper's up top somewhere.
Alright, Reaper's on high ground. That's fine. Alright, let's go. Get back to the cubby.
If he has ult though, he could drop down on us. So
Well, we have like 2 stuns. Alright, hold back where we're at. Why are we out there? Just come back to where we're supposed to be.
I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hit this thing.
Alright, hold point. We're too spread out. Oh, I know why things are not going through. It's not routed correctly. I need to fix that apparently. I'll fix that after this match. So I don't know what just went through, but I'll fix it and refund. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. We need to pull back, play slow. Die on cart if we're gonna die. This is a lost fight, so die on cart, stall out as long as possible. We need to buy time as much as possible for the rest of us to make it back. Don't go out yet.
Wait for the whole team.
3, 2, 1, go. We gotta go. Just fight on point as much as possible. Now, ideally, we would switch compositions and stuff like that, but we're just gonna run the same thing. Just stay on point as long as possible. Okay, so did anybody happen to catch how many minutes they had going into third point?
They had a long time, and we held them off for a very long time.
Yeah, okay, so one of the key things, like I said, when you're fighting on objective and you're defending, you want to suck the payload every single time. So when I'm saying, hey, we need to die on cart, every single time our Mei's stalling or somebody's stalling on point, that is point progress that they're not getting, which means now more people can come back from spawn. If we stall for 2 more seconds, that's 2 more seconds that we can be walking back to the next choke and have more people alive for the next fight. So that's really crucial in like being able to do that. Also, waiting on abilities and stuff like that. I'm calling when to push in, either when we have all of our abilities online, or if I see an ability come out from the enemy team that we might be able to punish. Now that first point there, the only thing that I seen was Diva's bombs come in, or Diva's micro missiles. So as soon as that went out, I was going to go in. They was playing a little too close. We had our abilities online, so we should just go in from there. They also had that Pharah. I don't want that Pharah to be able to poke us down, so I want to play super aggressive. As soon as we see an opportunity, we go in from there. Like I said, we're also playing a composition that's going to get countered by some of the stuff that they're running as well. So it's going to be a little tougher that way. So that's why we're picking certain areas to play around. And literally every time, once they get the payload, every single time, die on point, die on point, die on point. The only people who don't need to die on point is like a Zarya, if you can get out. If you can make it out, Zarya, try to make it out if possible. If you know you're going to die on the payload. So just
that's what I tried to do with Zarya. I tried to get out like as much as possible.
If you can, but you have to be like the first one to get out. So that's what it's. You have to realize, okay, we're not winning this and stuff like that. One of the reasons why we did lose some of the fights is ultimate coordination and using ultimates, which is like that was the other thing that I was saying that was also kind of bad because you guys are stacking support ults and stuff like that. We was using a lot of ultimates to win a fight when we may have only needed 1 or 2 and stuff. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. And then Brig, when it comes to using your ult, you need to use your ult 3 seconds before we're ready to push in. So anytime we're going to be pushing in and stuff like that, that's when you want to use it before that actually happens. And let me hold on. I need to change something.
Wise, is it like mid game or mid fight, or is you're starting to get towards the end of the fight to add that extra humph?
What?
For the Lucio ult, so like mid fight or towards the end of a fight, so you can get that little bit of extra stay.
You should never have to use a Lucio ult mid fight unless it's to keep the momentum going in your favor and they're still fighting. So if you're fighting against hold on 1 second, I'm looking at some settings. Okay, so it is through that, but why is it not going through there? So if you're fighting and you're winning the fight, then there's no need to continue trying to use ults and stuff that way. If they're still fighting and they're still kind of playing aggressive and stuff, then yeah, you may need to keep the beat alive. But ideally, you probably want to use beat for support for an ultimate that they're trying to use. So if they're trying to do something or they're trying to use something, then yeah, you probably want to use that defensively. If you have another ultimate, it'd be much better to use that to keep the momentum going. Something that can be kind of thrown away. That's not going to hurt us so much if we lose that. So like the Deadeye or maybe Rally, but it just really kind of depends on what's going on. But yeah, usually you're going to use it to keep either sustain fights, never at the end of fights, and if not, you could use it to engage. But it really kind of depends on what the enemy team's going to have for ultimates and stuff like that.
Okay, and then for the your speed amp, the second it pops back up, just hit it again and just keep pushing, right?
If we're how you need to be thinking of Lucio is literally like, if we're moving, it should be on speed. If you see everybody at critical, then obviously you want to have it on heals because you still need to heal people. But we move, anytime we're moving, have it on speed. Once we get to our destination, put it back on heals, because there's no need to have speed anymore. If we're chasing people down, what are we doing? We're moving, right? So what should it be on? Okay. It should be on speed. So just kind of keep that in mind. And 99% of the time when we're amping speed right around a corner and moving like 2 or 3 meters. So at the end of that amp, or before that amp is over, switch it back over to hills so you can get amped hills as well. So and that'll boost a lot of your healing and stuff output, and build ults a lot quicker. All right. So does anybody else have any other questions and stuff?
Are we gonna use the other competition?
No, we're not gonna have enough time. If we had more time, sometimes we could run the rush comp with and the composition I like to usually run is Ryan, Zarya, Reaper, Sombra, and then Lucio Brig as well, or Lucio Moira, sorry. So that's another composition that sometimes I'll run with this. It just kind of depends on how much time we have left and stuff like that. Since we had to play 2 games and the second game was a King of the Hill map, like that game lasted a lot longer and stuff, so we're not gonna have enough time for that. It's very rare that I do that. This one's usually more punishing for messing up plays and stuff and positioning. So, alright. This is gonna be our last one. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask real quick. If not, then tanks, you guys will be telling us where we're going to be holding up at. So if you have any questions on why I'm saying hold this area or why I'm saying blah 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 or anything like that, that is going to be all of your job. So tanks, you're doing that. Support line, it's going to be all your jobs to call engages and disengages. So if we need to keep fighting, keep fighting. If we need to get out, you tell us to get out. But that is going to be your job there when it comes to that. All right. Any of you guys have any questions? Huh?
I said sounds good.
Okay. All right. Cool. And let's go ahead and. Threw a bunch of games replacements because I wanted to carry to bronze, but then I got afraid I was actually bad, so I placed 1600, so I may or may not be gold DPS. Well, if you place 1600, that's probably close to silver, so you may not place gold. I don't know. I don't know on that one, honestly. What is... Okay, I'm trying to change... You should add a reward for opening loot boxes. Maybe. I don't know.
Welcome to Junkertown. Prepare your defenses.
Trying to figure out where the sound settings comes from that. Is it the browser that says that? Huh.
I'll do Ryan this time. Do you care? Can you play Zarya or do you want me to play Zarya?
It's still McCree. It's still the same team comp. We're still running the same team comp. So we're keeping everything the same, just because everything's still going to stay the same. Well, I mean, if you're normally a gold DPS, then you're going to be in gold anyway. So I mean, and if you're like 1700 to 2300,
we're gonna hold like right in this corner right here.
Usually around 300-400 SR. Above and below where you're supposed to be. So. Alright, so good luck, you guys. Talk to you guys after the match is over. This is kind of like another diagnostic match, but good luck. So positioning so far, we have this team comp, so we're just kind of waiting for them to do something.
Let's go behind them. Let's go behind them. Come here, phone. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Sniper, keep your eyes.
On the soldier. Zarya. Get the Zarya. On the side.
I'm like trying to line those up. I haven't placed in a while, but I'm on my way to Plata support. Okay. I mean, you may not be a good DPS too. So I mean, there's that too.
Soldier low. I'm amping 1. Go.
We had too many people low, too many people like we can't go. Like we can go there, but like that's kind of all we're gonna really be able to do there. So
Back in the saddle again.
after this, I'll probably play some I'll play some try hard stuff
So
on
you
my.
go pick up everyone else with your speed.
just to kill some time. Or we can watch some YouTube videos if you guys want YouTube videos too.
Ryan, get back.
Yeah,
There's no point in going up.
just kind of sitting here waiting. Not really calling an engage here. We're just kind of.
Melting me.
We didn't really call an engage, so we
You
just.
kind of went in by yourself.
Yeah, we're not really.
Lucio to give us a guide on when to go. Let's pull back to a hold point and wait. Die on point. Die on point.
Back in the saddle again.
So at least we're gonna all pretty much get good spawn. Yeah, so we all got good spawn because of that stall. Oh, other than the Zarya. That's right.
I'm still behind. Oh shit.
They got a widow now.
They've been
Yeah, don't peek out.
Ryan.
Let's go up here. Let's go up here. We could get them to the top. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Огонь по готовности.
Oh, why do you guys just walk out of the wall?
Alright, fair enough fight.
Let's
They
start over at the
we
beginning.
used 1 ultimate. They used 3. They used grab. They used bomb. They used sights. They used a lot of stuff just for 1 fight. So now we have 4 ultimates online, so we should be good here. As long as we're all moving, but looks like we're not going to be ready to touch.
Wait,
So
what are we doing up here?
We can't touch. I guess we're not touching.
Back
Just
here,
go back.
nobody's
Come out
really
here, come out
calling
here.
anything.
Move up, move up.
Enemy contact.
Rick, I'll bubble you. Move, go.
I guess we're pushing it. We're pushing.
It's funny how people think it's
You behind
Overwatch
you,
League
you know,
Starts just because they're.
Zarya, get the Zarya. Go.
I forced trans.
I have no clue why he used that. Just
I forced that.
nice. Can we back up, please? Back up.
Spawning.
Time to accelerate.
Over here. Never mind. That's a bad idea.
Back here.
Height advantage on.
Zero, I'll have a shield. Back up. Back up with the shield. Back up. Zarya, back up. What are you guys doing?
No, we're playing so far forward. And now we wasted all our quota.
Here, let's.
I stunned a frozen target.
Zarya won.
You know,
Good die on point.
well, we can just we have enough people. We can back up. We have enough people there. Just back up all the way.
Need a doctor.
Wait for the ult to get there.
Our little hold point here.
Down here. I'm gonna go
So
get
the
Ryan.
positioning's a lot better.
And now you guys soldier high ground.
Yeah, let's go back here. Follow me. Follow your Lucio. I'm gonna speed in. Ryan, come here. I'm gonna speed
I
in.
thought you were going that way. What are we doing?
No. The 3, 2,
Like
1, go.
people going out different fields.
Fire at will.
Actually, don't.
Why do we force?
Let's go do something about it.
Yeah, it is our tanks that are going to be telling us where we're going to be holding if anybody's unclear on that
I'll
one.
be
So,
saying
Right here, Mike.
so just keep that in mind. Don't worry about it. Clear comms. Keep going.
We can push around the corner. Out of sight, out of mind.
Where are we holding, Ryan?
Sorry.
He's gonna shatter. They're gonna shatter and grab.
I know.
Name a creep.
We're gonna engage.
Огонь по готовности.
Focus on the run.
They're planning to. Yeah, they're
Die on
not.
point, die on point, die on point.
They're. No, this is basic, so I'm just working on their positioning. Their positioning was really bad. And engaging and disengaging was really bad. Their engaging stuff are so much better from the first time that we played.
Is approaching its destination.
Career on me! We win.
Focus on the gun.
Hi, Mom.
Get their gun.
Here, come back. I don't know where we're holding.
We hold here. So they can push. Alright. We hold these.
Yeah, shouldn't we be holding around the corner from the payload and then we push out when they get here?
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Ryan, get to me.
That was a...
He threw.
Push.
Carrot hat.
Back out. Back to the payload. Pull back.
Back on ramp. Go back on ramp.
Get around the corner from the payload, not in front of it. And then Lucio, push us in when you're ready.
Yeah, our supports know how to position better than our tanks. Our tanks.
Cool down. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're not.
You're going man again the other far.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever we're ready.
Yo, it's on you.
3, 2, 1 now.
They're up top. Hey, the gun's up top. Someone get guns. Someone fucking gun. Up top.
Nice job.
Who you see a headshot, son?
Same thing again, back out.
Oh. Ryan, back out.
I know I'm fine, I got it, I'm fine.
Yeah, we need to get back to the payload.
Dude, we're fine. We're making...
Yeah, the Ferris to me.
Hey, let me know when you're getting ready to push and I'll pop my ult.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, I have amp. 3, 2, 1 now. It's only you.
I shot it. Nice job, bro.
Got him.
Yeah,
Finished.
nice.
Miss Cliff.
30 seconds
Nice job, Zara.
remaining.
I almost have
Hold the door, hold on here. Oh, I guess we go back here again.
amp off on 8. Sorry, get back.
Enemy contact.
I am.
10 seconds
Ryan is way out of position. That's the loss of that fight.
Oh, sorry. I turned a flank shot, it didn't really work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Lucio, you're holding it.
That losses the fight. That shattered that strat right there losses that. If he would have just played with us, like, we would have been fine. But we lose that now.
Oh,
start over
they
at
got
the
saved by
beginning.
the nail.
Okay, so so overall, you guys had much better positioning and stuff like that. I can say, like, right now, our support line knows where to position more than our tank line. Our tank line, you guys had some decent positioning, but you're playing too far back. You guys are giving them way too much space in corners and stuff like that where we need it to go. A lot of times, like where our supports are saying before I was trying to correct and stuff, playing a little closer and stuff to where they don't get that much space on the payload. Like, ideally, you don't want the payload to be moving that much. You just want the payload to be moving a little bit. But if there's parts of the map where you can't hold for whatever reason for the team call you're playing, fine. Then obviously you give them more space. But in this map, there's a lot of corners and stuff that we can easily hold on to. So we can hold way closer and stuff a lot of the times. But overall, you guys had much better positioning, way better engages and disengages for a lot of the time. So from the first match that y'all was on, y'all was all just kind of fighting constantly and just kind of not going in when you need it to and all this stuff. So now you guys can kind of, it seems like you guys have seen a little bit of when to engage and when to disengage. The reason why we lost that one was literally that last play by Ryan. Ryan, you threw that one. Like trying to do a flank shatter when we're not really like, you have to be there in the fight. If you're not there in the fight, we can't push. They just get value. We lose.
Yeah, no bad.
Yeah, so that it's stuff like that now you know you're probably never gonna do that shit again because you got called out on it. That was the reason why we lost, and hopefully you make better plays in the future. But that, I mean, simple stuff like that. It's better to do that now in one of these lobbies than it is to try it in a competitive match and then end up losing SR. So it's better that you tried it now than, and I can say, hey, don't do that shit. Especially when you're like it's the same thing as like, if you go to charge, if anybody plays Reinhardt or whatever, and you're going to charge in as soon as you go to engage, that shit don't work. That shit's just gonna get you killed. Like, perfect example was like when their enemy Ryan tried to shatter and then charged immediately right after, he got deleted. Like, he was just alt charge for us. That's all he was like. That's all it was. It was, oh, okay. Thank you for giving us some alt charge. And then we just wrecked the rest of the team because he left their whole team. So stuff like that you learn to punish and everything. Engagements, almost all the engagements were pretty good. There are a little bit of time. So one thing I will highlight is on third point, since we got most of our engagements kind of bad. And on second point, you can touch with 5 people and then wait for that last one to come back and just play slow. You can do that, or you can give them second point. But a lot of times you got 5 people alive, you probably want to try to make a play to touch, especially if you have ultimates online. Maybe throw an ultimate in there. Even if you don't throw an ultimate in there, if you make it to touch, the enemy team's going to think you're going to try to do something, and they're probably going to have to ult just to make sure they keep that momentum going. And now you've traded an ult for nothing. So it's a win-win situation. You get to stall at the payload a little bit longer, and they also may invest 1-2 ultimates. If it's people who ain't paying attention, they're investing 3, 4, 5. They're investing all the ultimates. So that's something that you can also punish as well. But you also have to make sure a lot of the majority of the team is going to go there, because if it's just one person stalling, they're not going to really think anything of it. They're not going to be like, oh, I need to use ult. But if they see 3, 4 people coming in, they're going to be like, oh shit, they're probably going to try to do something, and we need to do something. Because if it's on the other shoes, I would say, yeah, if they're going to try to engage with 3 or 4, they probably see an opportunity. You want to throw something in there just in case, so that you can make sure you get that point. Because in the second phase, or second point street phase, so you want to throw something in there. Other than that, I think you guys, oh yeah, that's what I was going to mention on that third point there, before I went off on that like tangent stuff. When we was down on Rhine, and they was starting to push in when we was in the mini health pack or mega health pack room, we backed up and went all the way around. We should have just went straight to point. We had the ultimates online. We literally should have just went straight to point, stalled out the payload there, got alt charge, or got them to use ult or use an ult or something like that. We had resources there, and we're very aggressive. So if we got enough people focusing down one person that doesn't have an ability, they're dead. And if anything, we're stalling the payload out. Going around and flanking and stuff like that is a fair call as well. But if you're going to make that play, you can't sit there for 5-10 seconds waiting for that and then trying to do it. Because by then, they're going to poke us down, get too much damage off, and then we're going to go in there with no HP and stuff like that. That is one key thing when it comes to engaging and disengaging as a team, is making sure you have enough resources. Resources meaning cooldowns, resources meaning health, resources meaning shield health, resources meaning position and stuff like that. Everything's a resource in Overwatch. If you don't have all of the resources available, it doesn't make a difference how good it is. Just like the same thing with the Shatter. We was all down. The Shatter got 6 people, but nobody was able to follow up on it because our resources weren't there. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when it comes to going and engaging and stuff like that. Now, somebody was asking earlier how often I do these. I do these groups usually every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.